Mike Tomlin goes for the fake punt in his own territory in a big spot, 4 minutes left. Did you have a problem with the call?
None at all. I like the call. It's easy for anyone to sit here and do the whole Monday morning quarterback and say, oh, it didn't work. You know, what was Mike Tomlin thinking? But I can understand where he's coming from. You're at a critical juncture in the game. You got some momentum. You want to do something to kind of put your team in a position to, you know, to go ahead and win the game on offense in that particular situation. It didn't work out for him as far as the fake punt is concerned. But that wasn't the reason why they lost the game. They had other opportunities, particularly on defense, which we're going to talk about with that that third and 19 play that Ted Ginn had. But I was all for the fake punt.
Agree or disagree?
I completely agree. I think Mike Tomlin was very aware who's on the opposite sidelines. He knows Drew Brees on the opposite sideline. He's at home. Whether I go for this fake and don't get it, they're going to score. Whether I punt the ball away and give them the ball backed up at the 20-yard line, they're going to score. Either way, my team needs to go get another touchdown. I love his aggression. It just didn't work out.
I hate to say this, but I actually agree with both of you. I would love a little disagreement up here, but you cannot judge these things based on the result. You have to judge them based upon the information he had when he made the call. He obviously thought the play would work. It was very close to working. Only one Saint seemed to realize it was happening, and he by himself sort of saved the game.
Credit the Saints for making that play.
It's always a delight on a Monday to talk football with Jeff Saturday. And, Jeff, I want to start there. Tough loss for the Steelers. What did you make of the decision by Tomlin to go for the fake punt?
Well, first of all, I heard y'all a few minutes ago when I came off of Sports Center. I think you've all lost your mind. You want to call it Monday morning quarterback? Sunday, when he called it, I couldn't believe he made the call. You're up 4. You're on your own side of the 50. If you punt the ball deep, you're going to give the Saints a score. You have no idea what they're going to do. What you do know is if you're going to go for it on 4th and 5, have your quarterback call the play. Don't have a fake punt with motion on there. Everybody says, oh, it was close. Guess what? Close don't count, and no one cares. The bottom line is give yourself the best opportunity to make that play. If you're going to go for it on 4th and 5, have Ben Roethlisberger, have your offense on the field, not some play that you've designed that you think, oh, this is going to be wide open out of emotion. I don't care if one player understood it, every player at the bottom line, you didn't get it. I don't understand the call. Now, was that the only play? No, it was not, but I do not believe in Monday morning quarterback. That was a Sunday afternoon I couldn't believe it called.
Guys.
No, I disagree. I think what we saw, I think what I'm hearing from Jeff is kind of like an antiquated type of thing where, you know, everyone wants to go the conventional route. Where let's punt it and play defense. No, I actually like it.
Right.
I want them to be aggressive in that situation.
But he's saying if I heard Jeff correctly, he's saying if you want to go for it in that situation, go for it with Ben. Go for it with your quarterback and your Hall of Fame receiver.
Listen, Saturday, you might have beautiful eyes, but this is not, I don't agree with this opinion of yours right here, bud. Here's the thing. Mike Tomlin made it very clear. I'm going to make the fake punt because you're trying to strategically outwit them in a way. Like, that's part of coaching. That's part of, like, your design. Again, I said this on SportsCenter this morning with you, Greeny. The special teams coach may have watched tape and said, hey, Coach Tomlin, we love this fake. If we get into a situation, this fake is going to work. And it should have. If you look at the numbers, math or football is a math game. They have a numbers advantage. Just credit the Saints for out executing. But I'm not going to sit here and praise Mike Vrabel for being aggressive and praise Doug Peterson for being aggressive and praise Frank Reich for being aggressive, but then dog Mike Tomlin because he decided to be aggressive. He sat there and said, listen, Drew Brees is on the other sideline. I trust my strategy over my defense stopping Drew Brees.
Jeff, I'll remember. Go ahead, Jeff.
Here's your strategy. You just said Drew Brees is on the sideline. So is Roethlisberger. So, I mean, so your quarterback's not good enough to get a 4th and 5. I don't mind not being conservative. I don't mind not punting it. What I'm saying is if you're going to be strategic, put your best 11. My best 11 are better than your best 11 with my offense. Your fake punts, you and I both know. Let's go back and look at a 4th and 5 fake punt. Not 4th and 2, not 4th and 1, 4th and 5 where you're giving it to an up back with motion. Go look at all the strategy involved in that. I don't understand the call. If you're going to go for it, I don't mind being aggressive. I'm not questioning you go for it on 4th and 5. My question is, you put your best 11 on the sideline as Brees is watching as well. Let's let the best in the world do it.
I look at it as, you know what? They might have, like Dan said, they might have a certain look that came up on special teams that they saw that this is the opportune time to go for the fake punt right here, convert on the fourth down, and then bring Ben back out there.
And let's
Hey,
be
best
honest,
laid plans. Best laid plans.
If not for a great defensive play by Sheldon Rankins and I think Robertson, 52 for the Saints, if not for a great play, they get it easily. They ended up being a yard short. 4th and 5, the punt return team's not necessarily thinking, hey, let's be alert for a fake here.
Hey, enjoy that yard short as you're watching the playoffs.
You got great eyes. I love your eyes.
If there's one thing we can all agree on, Jeff does have great eyes.
Unbelievable.